Hi, it's Wendy Elaine Wright, talent manager at WAW Entertainment. I'm in my jacket all bundled up because I'm getting ready to go out into the very cold air. It's like 10 degrees here in California. So Southern California is having a cold winter. But I wanted to stop by and tell you something very quickly about protecting your children from the entertainment business. In the last video, we were just talking about getting your kids into commercials and how slight the chances are for success, but how if you really, really want to do it, you have to, you have to pursue that. And what I was saying is that when a casting director has 1,000 submissions and they pull one child out of 1,000 and put that child into a commercial, all the 999 other ones that didn't get cast get a no. Okay, and I want you to understand that's the standard of the business. It's no most of the time with an occasional yes. And your job is to protect your child from that kind of disappointment and that kind of self-esteem bashing, really. So one of the ways I suggest you do that is that you make auditions fun. We're going to go act today. And that's what classes are. When you have an audition, we're going to go act again, Don't talk about, listen, you have to get this job, and it's your job to be better than all the other kids, and if they don't get it, you didn't get it, or I'm so upset you didn't get it, or I'm so disappointed in those casting directors, they didn't see what was great in you. All that kind of conversation that you parents can lay on your kids, it's too heavy. It's too much. When I say protect your kids from the industry, I really mean protect them from you. Because you can be the most damaging force in your child's life and the most positive. You have to take this business understand it's a lottery and go in to have fun and keep it fun and keep it light. If they're talented, support that talent, get them in good classes, get them working on non-union projects and trying it out, auditioning for some commercials, and keep it fun and light. Don't bring any of your negativity to their space. It's not fair. If you're getting them into this business because you never did it yourself and you're really frustrated, it's not fair to take that out on your child. So go join a theater company yourself and get in the business if it's really about you. If it's because your child is really super talented and you think they have a real inkling for this business and they really love it, then that's about them. And so protect them, support them. You can do a great job. If, you just go in and have a good time. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't, but enjoy the experience. That's the energy you should come at with your kids with that. I want to tell you a couple of quick horror stories and good stories. I had this amazing client I have. Her name is Brooklyn. She just beautiful. She books everything. She loved acting, and she booked everything. And then she decided she didn't like it anymore, and her mom said, "Okay, we're done." I love that mom for that. It is not okay to push your children after they don't want to do it anymore. And I adore that mother for caring about her child enough to take her out of the business when it wasn't right for her anymore. I have another parent, and this is very disturbing. It was a disturbing conversation. The child was in my office. She's 10 with her two parents. And she was crying, and she was saying that this is too much pressure, and she doesn't like auditioning. She gets car sick on the way there, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. And her father said, "You're just a quitter." And she just started crying, and he said, "Don't be a loser." And I couldn't believe my ears. And she looked at me just so like run over by a truck, and she said, "He doesn't listen to me." And I said to him, "You know what? It is not really okay how you're talking to your kid right now. It is not okay to call her a loser. This is the hardest business in the world. It's a no 999 times out of 1,000. And your child is stressed out by this whole prospect. She's not comfortable. She's not happy. She's crying in my office, and you're calling her a loser? It's unacceptable. And I think you should take time off of this business and let her get herself okay." Of course, they thanked me for my advice, and then they left, and I heard that they're still pushing her because I know her agent and I just had lunch a couple weeks ago, and she told me that this parent, and both these parents, the mother and the father, the mother just justifies everything the father says and does, they both are hungry for the fame and success of their child, but the child's miserable, and it's disgusting. It really is. So I heard she's still out there auditioning, and what a shame. I just pray for that kid that she turns out okay. Then I had this other child, adorable little 3-year-old girl, tons of personality and spunk, and her mother was wanted her to get into the business, and we came out here with no money, which is the dumbest thing you can do because it's a very expensive business to start up. Headshots and acting classes and demo reels and online subscriptions, and it just goes on and on, the expense. So she told me that she was just knowing that God was going to provide, and maybe he will, but I mean, you got to pay your bills too, right? So she was telling me that she left a husband and 2 kids back in Atlanta, and the kids were like 9 and 11, the boys, and she wanted to be out here to help her child get into commercials. Who leaves their child, the other 2 children, all the way back across the country to get a 3-year-old in commercials? I mean, there are commercials in Georgia. There's modeling agents, acting classes, acting agents. There's local commercials. There's tons and tons of theater and student films and short films and film schools. You don't need to uproot your whole family's, cohesiveness to follow some kind of idea to get your kids in commercials. When you do something like that, it's not about the child. It is about you. It is about the parent. I promise you. If that child wants to be on a commercial, find a local modeling agency and do local commercials. The kid doesn't know the difference. You do, and it's all about your ego, right? So I want you to protect your children from your own ego. This business is not like being a teacher, where you go to school, get a degree, and you pass your CBEST or whatever it is in your state, and you get your credentials, and then you go to a school district and they're hiring teachers and you get a job and you have a career. It is not like being a lawyer when you get your law degree and now you can practice law, or you get your medical degree and you can open a practice. It is a gamble. It is a long shot. It is 99% of the time gonna fail. And I want you to have a very realistic expectation about this. It doesn't mean you shouldn't try for your goals. I don't want to scare you and make you feel bad, like don't try for it. If you're called to do that and it's in your soul, you do it. And if your child is so talented that they just sing and they just are funny and they are just gregarious, and you just know that that's where they fit, you got to give it everything that you can to try to see if they can do it. But understand that it's a cutthroat business where only a few get in. And who's to say if it's your child? It definitely can be. I don't know. I'm not God, and none of us in the business can predict who's going to make it and who's not. I know that you need to be very prepared. You need to know how the business works. You need to give yourself every opportunity for success by not being stupid about it and by having really good expectations about what to expect. When you go to a casting call, 1 or 2 children are going to get the job and everyone else is not. So don't walk in there thinking like my kid's got it all. They pick kids for many different reasons and they may not pick your kid. How you respond to that rejection over and over and over and over again is, that's up to you. The ones you see on TV, here's the problem. And this is why people get warped by it and make these crazy decisions to uproot their whole family and move one kid out here away from their brothers and sisters to maybe get on a commercial. Fame, and that fame makes people crazy. They want that fame. And if you look at television, you think, oh my God, they're on TV, I could be on TV. But what you see is the tiny few percentage of people that got in. You don't see the hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that didn't get in, that are not on TV. Some of them give up and say, you know what, I didn't make it. I'm going to go do something. I'm maybe a veterinarian or go be a teacher or whatever. And others take jobs that are not on TV. They get into the theater. They do student films. They become short filmmakers, or they go into editing or voiceovers or some other area, casting, management, agents. Most agents and managers have been in the business as artists before, and they got tired of the grind and they decided to do something else. For me, I've sung on jingles, I've sung on 65 CDs, I've been in TV, movies, television. I've done a lot of stuff, but at some point I was like, I'm done. You know, I'm tired of the hustle. Let me help other people do it who are younger and have more energy. And you find that a lot of us in the business, casting directors, agents and managers, that's how we got started. You know, we started as artists, we got tired of the grind, and we decided to help other people who are new and have more energy to try. Okay? So it's not that we're discouraging you. I'm not trying to discourage you from following your dreams and your goals. I want you to be realistic. Overnight success does not happen. Walking into a casting director's office and getting discovered and being a star is the rarest thing that will ever happen to someone. It is 99.999% not going to happen to your child. But what can happen, realistically, is your child can audition and get a few jobs, maybe make a couple commercials. No, they don't pay like they used to. People used to make tons of money in commercials. The business has changed. The economy has changed. Commercials don't pay out like that anymore, okay? Yes, your child maybe can do a couple TV shows, and maybe they'll get a co-star role here or a guest star role here. Maybe they'll get a couple print jobs. And at some point, they're going to either be able to be happy doing other things, and then that's what they're going to go do. Or they're going to be the handful of people that can't be happy unless they're acting. And those are the ones that will keep striving for a career year after year after year, whether they make it or not. They'll be broke. They'll be working waitressing jobs 10, 20 years just trying to get acting work because they can't be happy doing anything else. And those are the ones that actually get on TV eventually because they never stop. They never quit. Their drive and their love of what they're doing is so strong that when everyone else quits, they keep going. So if you want your kid to have a career in this business, it's going to look more like that. It's not going to look like, oh my God, I'm in Idaho. I'm going to fly out to California. My kid's going to go on an audition. He's going to book a TV show, and my kid's going to be a star. It doesn't happen like that. So I just want you to get your realistic expectations. This is a tough nut to crack. It can break you. You have to protect your child from the constant rejection and just make it fun. And when your child gets older, make sure they have skills, really strong acting skills, audition skills, cold reading skills, so that when they get in the room with other kids who've been doing it for years too, they can compete at the same level. If you come from Idaho and you've never acted before and there's kids here who have been on TV shows, you're not really competing. You're not competitive. I'll talk more about this. I'll do this in several videos. Just keep watching. I'll keep enlightening you. I just want you to know that there's a person you can come to who's going to tell you the truth. He's not going to sugarcoat this business and not going to try to get your money. You know, I'm not doing a big, huge seminar. I want thousands of dollars from you because I don't care about that. I'm here to tell you the truth. There's nothing in it for me. So I can tell you the truth. I'm not running one of those companies, so I don't have to lie to you to try to tell you, oh yeah, your kid can become a star. Oh yeah, come to my company and I can help your kid get discovered. Okay, that's a bunch of BS. The chances of getting discovered are rare. Getting an agent is possible. Booking the job is a totally different thing. Getting in a commercial, yeah, a lot of people have a commercial they've done. Having a career is a totally different thing. So I will always tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And it's a hard pill to take down, but you need the truth. I will talk to you shortly in the next video.